Working? Are we working? Sorry folks, we're just making sure that the Wi-Fi and everything is going through, so just give me one quick second to make sure you guys can hear me and you can see me. In terms of where are you guys? Can you thumbs up or something like that? I'm trying to find my stream. Hang on. It turns out when there's thousands of people for one conference that it can get a little bit dicey. But it looks like I am coming through. At least, hey, I see me. All right, so you guys can see me. Thumbs up, something like that. All right, we're ribbing it. We're in the middle of the conference right here, so this is going to be a little bit of an unorthodox market wrap up, but I thought it was necessary because the market just closed dingity ding ding ding, and the official headline on the day is Dow jumps 700 points to snap a 4-day losing run as the EU tariff delay lifts market. So I don't want to bring up bad memories or anything, but last week it was kind of a rare recent bearish week because of renewed tensions, not only between Trump and really the EU, but also Trump and Apple. And then surprise, surprise, over the extended holiday weekend, which I hope you guys had a good one, we got some good news. So this is from the president of the EU. Good call with POTUS. The EU and the US share the world's most consequential and close trade relationship. Europe is ready to advance talks swiftly and decisively to reach a good deal. We would need the time until July 9th. So the fact that they called, had a good chat, and this isn't just from the EU president, it's also from our president that it all went seemingly well. Let me just make sure I have Trump's words, because he actually said two things. He said one thing, when was this actually posted? On May the 25th, so 2 days ago, and this is why really the crypto market started going, and if you were trading futures on Monday, it also looked pretty good. I received a call from the president of the EU requesting an extension to June 1st, deadline on the 50% tariff with respect to trade in the EU. I agreed to the extension until July 9th, so obviously mark that down. It was a privilege to do so. The commission president said that the talks will begin rapidly. So basically, hey, they're kind of like China, we're going to come to the table, and ideally, if they actually solidify a deal, similarly like China, you would expect everything to also go up from there. But then the market really jumped today. What was the actual final number? Up 2% because of really Trump decided to say more positive words on it again today. I was extremely satisfied with the 50% tariff allotment on the EU, especially since they were quote unquote slow walking our negotiations with them. Remember, I am empowered to quote unquote set a deal, in all caps, for whatever reason, for trade into the US if we were unable to make a deal or to be treated unfairly. I've just been informed that the EU has called to quickly establish meeting the dates. This is a positive event, and I hope that they will finally, like my same demand to China, open up the EU for trade with the US, blah, blah, blah. They will both be happy and successful if they do. So why did everything finally rebound today to, once again, the SPY to the tune of 2%? We're really not that far from the all-time high. The SPY up 2.08, the Qs, so tech leading the way up 2.35. Right now, Bitcoin trading at 109, and I'm looking at Jesus. Tesla ripped 7%, 6.94. Rum's up 4%, ASML's 3. I'm seeing a lot of 3%, a lot of 2%. I mean, I don't know if you could, let's zoom in on that. That's a heat map of the S&P 500, green across the board. So obviously a lot of gainers. And the one thing I wanted to call out for all my degenerates in here who are actively trading, two things you got to see. That is the delta flow on the S&P 500, long and strong all day. This was incessant call buying and put selling, and obviously there's a little bit of a difference between that and the Mag 7, and even this, the Mag 7 up until 14 o'clock, which I don't even know what time zone I'm in anymore, but 14 o'clock was when we kind of peaked out. Very, very strong, very, very bullish. So my base anticipation is last week in the short term, we ended up becoming put dominated, and then at market open today, it started to switch. So I'm 100% looking for a continuation there in terms of the overall market and also these high-flying tech plays. Like I said, you guys know it. If you're in the Discord, if you've been watching any of my recent shows, you know that I've been bullish in the short term on Tesla, up 7% today. I'm still riding my position because I think there's more in the tank. But the one thing I want to call out, a specialty announcement of the day, was kind of related to Trump, but not really. This is Trump's company. Trump Media announces an approximate $2.5 billion Bitcoin treasury deal. Oddly enough, at one point today, DJT, I don't know if any of you guys were tracking it, was actually down in excess of 10%. But even though Bitcoin's holding up, and I really thought the market would be interpreting this as positive news. So if anything, definitely put that on your radar. I don't have any position right now, but maybe worthwhile to pay attention to. And then I want to set you guys up for tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be a big day. At 2 p.m., I believe this is East Coast time, 2 p.m. we're going to get the FOMC meeting minutes. Once again, this is for tomorrow. It is not a new FOMC meeting. This is the meeting minutes from the last meeting where we get a breakdown of basically what was said and who said what in the month of May. And then also tomorrow after the market closes, NVIDIA. This is the last high-flying tech name that we have to report. Please pay attention to it. It's going to have a huge impact on the entire semiconductor industry. Think of AMD, Micron, Intel, Qualcomm, really everything in the ETF, SMH, and then thus the whole tech sector. And because the tech sector is so heavily weighted, it's going to be the entire S&P 500. So that's what's going down tomorrow. And in terms of what's going on here, the Goonie community, we are going to be doing another specialty Bitcoin show tomorrow morning here from the conference. And then as long as things aren't going absolutely crazy, I'll try to do another market wrap up. But what you need to know right now is when we concluded the week, because of the confusion between the EU and Trump and the renewed trade talks and all that stuff, we went from a call-ish dominated environment to clearly a put-dominated environment. But then as of market today, it shifted, and then it just got stronger and stronger for the calls. So right now, if you look at the daily chart of the SPY, the Qs, Tesla, NVIDIA, all of that, it looks like the conclusion of last week, heading into the holiday weekend, simply just put in a higher low. And now we're just seeing if we can make fresh highs. I'm getting alerts in real time doing this with you that I believe Netflix hit a new all-time high, and other various ones are just looking really, really strong. So put that all on your radar, and then don't forget to check out the newsletter, macros.locals.com. Don't forget to check out the Discord. We're still posting stuff in there as much as we possibly can, as we're taking a little bit of a strange break here in Vegas. But anyway, I know this is unorthodox, so if you're even tuning into this wild one, truly, truly appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the comments of this video, and when I find some time today, I will do my best to get back to all of you. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. That's what I have for you now, and I will catch you mañana. I hope you make a shitload of money.